at day 2 of the UFC Fan Expo with Joe Pyfer, who came off a win over Kelvin Gastelum recently. Hey Joe, before we get into MMA, you look like you could have been a free safety or a linebacker in college or pro. What other sports did you play growing up?
I didn't play any other sports. I just wrestled, boxed, and did jiu-jitsu. That's the only sports I've ever done.
They never tried to drag you into a basketball gym or a football field?
No, I go out and play basketball a lot too. I like playing basketball, but it was never for me. I wasn't that into basketball.
There's violence in football.
Yeah, there is, but I didn't get to start early enough. I played like 1 year, not even a year. I didn't even finish the season. It just wasn't for me. It was too much for me to learn and distracting from wrestling, so I did it for a couple weeks, and yeah.
Even Lindros, the Broad Street Bullies, and none of that, checking people, no?
Nah. I'd rather play street football, where we fucking tackle with no pads, man.
Jesus, all right. Well, you got the body bags name for a reason. Hey, what did you learn the most after the Gastelum fight?
Don't be so hard on myself. I dominated the fight. We had a good game plan and we stuck to it, and it takes two to tango. So I obviously brought the fight to him, and he didn't really bring it back that much. So, you know, our game plan was to counter him a lot, and when he did try to come forward, I dropped him. So I dropped him once, approaching him, I head kicked him, approaching him, and then when he came forward, I dropped him again. That all happened in the first round, I understand, but then after that, he really didn't throw any combinations for me to counter, and I obviously was headhunting for that one big shot. I really wanted to be the first guy to knock him out, but I also wasn't willing to compromise my game plan to do that. But yeah, Kelvin's a vet, man, so what I say I've learned is just be grateful for the win, and yeah, on to the next one.
So in a way, would it be unfair for anyone that said you were starting to fade towards the end, where you're telling me you were using more fighter IQ and preserving the win that you had?
I just don't understand how anybody could say I faded. I got hit 6 times in the whole fight. There was no fading. I got the takedown. He shot, and then I shot back and then took him down. Like, I don't understand it. Did he win the 3rd round? Possibly, yeah, but I still won 2 rounds pretty convincingly. And even arguably in the 3rd round, I got hit with a big 2-piece. Maybe that's why they thought he won the round, but nah, bro, I was not fading. I think it's ridiculous, and I think people just, people will be people. I don't really care. Believe that narrative and see if I keep guessing out. We'll see.
He was here earlier, and he was saying that perhaps if this had taken place in Mexico, different result. Would you agree with that? Let's forget about the whole reason that it didn't happen, but just talking about the cardio factor.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if your claim to only be able to beat me is because we fight in the highest elevation country in the world with the shittiest air pollution, yeah, go ahead, go for it, KG. But at the end of the day, I whooped your ass, and yeah, it doesn't matter where we would have fought. I was the better fighter. It's simple, it's true. I'm the better fighter, and that's that.
Simple.
I think people
like
need
it.
to let go of this. Like, what is the point in saying that if it was in Mexico, it could have been a different result? You had plenty of time, just as I did, to prepare for the same guy, and you didn't show up and you didn't win. I whooped your ass. That's the end of it.
Joe, you said some very humbling remarks after your fight, after the fight with Gastelum, kind of taking some stuff back about what you had said about Mexico, and so you got backlash when you said it, but did you at least get some applause or some fist bumps from clearing things up and saying, hey, look, you know, I just misspoke and I can be an idiot at times?
I want to clarify. I didn't misspeak. I didn't say anything about Mexican people. It was not towards the people. It was towards, as an athlete, fighting in a country where there's terrible elevation, which I can get over, I was prepared for, but then terrible air pollution, and then obviously the bacteria issue with food that you're not used to, or water. Like, you can't drink regular water. Like, I didn't take ice, I didn't drink ice, or anything like that. So my thing was, as an athlete, why would we take the risk with so much on the line to go out to a country where it's a very catastrophic loss that you get sick? And the whole thing of saying F the country, it's a shithole, came from after the fight's off and they announce it, every person in that country was like, we hope you die, we hope your team gets killed, we hope your plane crashes, we hope the cartel kills you. And I'm not going to sit there and take that from people that I've never met, or you have no idea how much I got flooded. Everybody's saying I'm scared.
That's pretty bad.
So yeah, man, you know, I'm a fighter, obviously. I don't have a problem with the people, but, you know, it does hurt when I lose an opportunity, Kelvin loses an opportunity, and we both don't get. Actually, he got paid and I didn't. So, yeah, I was very upset at that. You know, so I hadn't fought in almost a year. So for people to treat me like that, yeah, they're gonna get a smart remark back. So what I said is, could I have worded it differently, and should I have worded it differently? Yes, I should have. But you know, when you're emotionally charged and you're hurt and heartbroken, you know, and everybody's kicking you when you're down, yeah, I'm gonna have something nasty to say. So yeah, again, I don't have any problem with Mexicans. I don't have any problem with any race of people, but I will not be going back to that country to fight.
But the vacation? They got some good futures.
No. They might kidnap me and kill me anyway. No. So no, I'm good.
That ain't gonna happen. The Mexican people are good people, man.
Yeah.
All right, who do you want going forward now? Now that you got the win, you got that behind you.
Yeah.
This is an active division with a lot of like some vets, some young dudes like you. Who do you want next?
Somebody in the top 15. I don't have anybody specific. There's a lot of fights booked right now in the top 15, so I gotta wait to see how it plays out. And it's obviously got to make sense as far as location and where I'm fighting. But I would like to fight in September, October, and yeah, so we'll go from there.
So body bags, let me just push you a little bit. There's got to be someone that when you watch these fights week to week, you just go, man, I got something for that guy. There's not one person that stands above the rest that you'd want to take out?
No, there's many people, but I'm not going to voice it because the UFC doesn't care what I want. The UFC offers you a fight, and usually you got to take it type deal. So if in a perfect world, if I was allowed to fight who I would want, I'd be much higher ranked. I think it's a little bit wild that I'm 5-1 and I'm not in the top 15. I just beat a legend who got inducted in the Hall of Fame for his fight with Izzy. But then you got guys that are 3-2 that are already ranked number 11 or top 15 or whatever Abu Smagomedov is. I think that's ridiculous. So it is what it is, man. So it doesn't matter what I want, and we'll see what names they give me.
Well, I saw Fluffy walking around, Strickland, Morayo. I'd love to see you mix it up with all of them, but you know.
I'll fight all of them. That's my job, right? I want to be a champion. I got to fight all of them at some point anyway. My biggest thing is I have one fight left on my deal. Make it worth my while. Make it make sense for me to go out there and fight the best in the world. So that's it.
That's what's up. Thanks, Body Bags, for the time. All right.